everyone, and welcome to Billy Fitzgerald Golf. And today I want to talk about pressure in your front foot when you land and push off. So it's a very specific thing that I want to talk about, but I think it's critical in making sure that you get out of the way, that you've got enough foot in the ground so you can push and to avoid sliding. So there's a couple things that we're going to go over. So what I mean by your foot in the ground and pushing away is that after the transition, I'll do this without a club first. So after the transition, right, we land into your front leg. Okay, so kind of where we land and how we push can be a pretty big deal in being successful and in being able to generate speed and pushing away from the club and letting it move away from us as we move away from the ball. In other words, if we don't have that solid connection with the ground, it's hard for you to push. So what I want to focus on is the inside part of the ball of my foot right here. Okay, I see so many people as they get out of the way, they get this hip getting out of the way, and then they get back up into this leg, but they tend to slide a little bit, and so they get on the outside, and then it's hard for you to push. Once you get on the outside part of this foot, it's hard for you to push away. It's easy if I've got some stability from the inside here, land from the inside and push. Okay, so my hip actually is going back and away, and it's going away from the club. I've got a force going that way, and my hip's going the opposite way. Now, if I don't want to slide with the club, right, because then the face is going to turn over, and I'm going to hook it, and I can't get the club left. But if I get here, if I finish my transition, land, right, now I can push into impact. This hip's out of the way, and as I keep pushing, see the face of the club, the handle goes left, the toe works up, and then eventually the momentum of the club will make me finish left. But that initial part when you land, you're actually, if I could describe it, you're actually, once you land and push, you're actually pushing away from the target. It's not me moving this way with my lower body that makes me finish. I land, I push, and as I push away and I keep pushing, now the club starts to go around me and the momentum starts to go with me. Okay, that's why you see a lot of people hit, push this way, and once they get up in here, they almost fall back a little bit. Now, it's not a reverse, that's definitely not a reverse weight pivot. Reverse weight pivot when we start here and then go back. So that's obviously different. We're back, land, push, I'm still in my foot, and then the club works, again, around and left. So again, from face on, you swing back, land, push. So you start initially pushing in here. Now as the club swings past you, of course you're going to get onto that outside part of your foot. But you don't want to slide all the way. In other words, you don't want to miss the inside push and inside part of that foot. So what I want you to do is make some little practice swings and start to feel. Again, once you transition, I want you to feel like you land right there. So back, land. So you get used to landing on the inside part of this foot, which is, by the way, is going to be the most pressure you can generate into the ground. If I'm over here, it's hard for me. I really don't have a lot of leverage to push. But if I get in here and push from the inside, now I can push and let it go and really accelerate that club and actually move this hip out of the way rather than getting in here and trying to push, and now my leg's just locking but my hip's not really getting out of the way. So I'd have you practice, make some practice swings, get ready to go, back, land, okay? And when you do that a few times, you're gonna go back, land, and push and let the club accelerate. So again, once we get ready to go now, feel like you get back, land, and push. And you start to smooth that out. So it's back, land, push. Back, land, push. Back, land, push. Okay, so let's hit one. So again, what happens when you slide is we go way too far. Typically what happens is the face is behind us, we're either dragging the handle or the face is open, and we need that time to catch the face up. And so that's where a lot of sliding comes into. So let's hit a little one here. So again, we're going to transition, land, and push. Okay, so again, get ready to go. Transition, land, and push. So obviously it's a very small part in the swing, but I think it's widely overlooked of we need to get specifics. You know, we need to push away. We're actually, once you get here, you land, you put the brakes on right here and then push, and that's what accelerates the club. If I keep going with the club, it's going to be really hard to accelerate it. So another one. So back, land, push. Okay, so we'll add a little speed here. Not a lot, just a little bit. Okay, we'll do one more. And again, yes, you want to do this with even your pitch shots. So I know we're getting left, but pay particular attention to where this pressure is going. I see way too much of this. Now that's going to happen eventually. But again, it's back, land, push. And then it rolls out to the outside. Do one more. So again, if you're having trouble sliding or you don't feel like your foot's in the ground and you can't push away, you don't have any leverage, just be careful where you're trying to push from. It's back and I land on that inside part of my foot and I push and accelerate. Then the weight of the club kind of pulls me through. So this should help a lot with feeling how much more your foot is in the ground and you've got more control instead of just feeling like that foot. Now again, it will eventually spin because of the momentum a little bit, some more than others, but that initial land and push, try to feel like it's more to the inside. It's going to get to the outside eventually, but if you just go right to the outside, the leverage isn't as good. Hi everyone, like and subscribe to my channel, Billy Fitzgerald Golf, for all tips on golf. If you'd like a live lesson or want to send me a message, visit me at BillyFitzgeraldGolf.com.